Alright ladies, so here we have our last example. So here we have 2 log base 2, 12 minus, that's in brackets there, log base 2, 6 plus 1/3 log base 2, 27. Hope you guys can see that there. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this and evaluate that expression using our laws here. So first of all, what we're going to do is we already see some coefficients here. And so we're going to get rid of those first because we don't like to see that. That is, yikes, not so nice. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to rewrite using our power rule. So we know that this 2 here will become the exponent for 12, and this 1/3 will become the exponent for 27. Okay. So let's rewrite this as the log 2 12 squared minus the log of base 2, 6, plus the log of base 2, 27 to the 1/3. Now what we can do here is we can simplify a few of these things here. So if you want to, let's get rid of these, or we can apply these exponents. These ones actually here work out very nicely, which is why we can do that. And then if you want to, in the same step, we can also apply this, or distribute this negative. So let's go the log base 2, and 12 squared is 144. And we're going to distribute this negative, so it's going to go to each term. So we have subtract the log of base 2, 6. And then remember we're going to distribute that negative, so we have negative, or subtract the log of base 2. And if you take the cube root, which is what that 1/3 there is saying, so you have the cube root of 27, that is actually equal to 3. So then what we can do here is use our quotient or product rules. And if you guys, hopefully, once again, you guys should be starting to kind of recognize when to use these rules, but we have some negatives here. And so what we're going to do is, if you want to, let's do this just in a couple of steps. So let's look at these first two. So we have the log of base 2, and using that quotient rule, we have m, divide that by n. So it'll be 144, divide that by 6, and then subtract the log of base 2, 3. So remember, don't forget this last term here. And then if you guys want to, you guys can simplify, or if you want to, let's rewrite using our quotient rule again. So we have the log of base 2. That'd be 144, divide that by, and this is dividing, so it'd be 6, and it would be divide that by 3, or what we can do is just rewrite that as the log of base 2, 144 over 6 times 3. Remember your division rules, you'd be multiplying and then flip. So it'd be 6 times 3 is 18 there. And then if this simplifies nicely, you guys can try out, put this into your calculators. So do 144 divided by 18. And what we should find is that it does actually simplify quite nicely. And what it simplifies down to is 8. Just going to scroll on down here. Now that it's simplified into one nice log form that's been simplified, looks great. Now let's write this as an exponential function. So we have our base 2, n is 8, and our e is our exponent. So let's rewrite this as ben. So it'd be b is your base 2, e is your exponent, let's give that 1x, and that is equal to n, your number, which is 8. Then from there, let's, if this works out nicely, hopefully you can recognize 8 can be rewritten as a base of 2. So rewrite that as 2 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the 3. We have the same bases now, so we just have to look at just the exponents. And we find that x is equal to 3. Alright, so the evaluating the expressions are not so bad. Like, they look really complicated like we just saw in actually this example. And then we simplified it to something really nice like log 2, 8, sorry. Okay, so just remember, use your product and quotient and power rules. They make life a lot easier, okay? And just to throw this in there, I want you guys to kind of see, you guys are probably maybe at this point wondering, what on earth do we use this? But a real life application of the logarithmic scales. Two that we commonly see are the decimal scales, which we actually saw in the last section. I think it was 8.2 where we looked at a word problem like that. And then we're also dealing with the pH scale, which actually we're going to be looking at in chemistry. So that's kind of, it'll be nice to see that little, I guess, crossover to another class. And maybe you guys will have that advantage because you guys will know how to solve log functions. Alright, so there you are, and you guys can get started on your homework.